Hello, good morning. Welcome back to Friday Lives on our regular schedule, Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is January 6th today. I'm back in my office. It's a comfy day. I have on my purple Pachyderm hoodie, which I absolutely love. I saw Les wearing this at the purple Pachyderm pre-Thanksgiving turkey bonanza. I think that's the full name of it. He had on a blue one, which I really wanted a blue one, but all they had was green, and maybe green is good for me. Blue looked really good on Les, but I'm just going to show you, just in case you love Primus and Les Claypool. I also have on my mermaid pants. I love the back, though. I love how it says purple Pachyderm back there. So cool. So I'm cozying it up. I've got my sloth here. Today we are going to be talking about compassion over resolutions because it is the end of the first week of the year. And gosh, I just have so much to say about this topic. Hi, Josh. How's it going? Happy New Year. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I hope you stick around for a little bit. I'm going to be talking about compassion over resolutions and just some of the things that I have noticed that people do at the beginning of the year. And certainly I have been there too, which is how we can really, create these resolutions because we want to change something about ourselves. And we want to do it in a way where we whip ourselves into shape, right? So either we constrict our eating, or we push ourselves to go to the gym, or we do something because we feel like we're lacking in some area. And so what I want to do today is talk about a couple of ways to think about the relationship that you have with yourself. Because here's the thing, we are the only person that we are going to be with for the rest of our lives. And we talk to ourselves more than we talk to anybody else. And I don't necessarily mean like talking to ourselves out loud, although if you do that, that's totally cool. I do that a lot too. But what I mean is that the thoughts that we think to ourselves are a conversation that we're having with ourselves. And I feel like a lot of people don't really realize that. We just, either we're not conscious of our thoughts, or we talk to ourselves the way that we were talked to as kids, or we see other people talking to themselves. And so there's a way that we can become more conscious of the conversation that we're having with ourselves. And if you think about any relationship that you have ever been in, the way that you grow, the way that you open up, the way that you actually work towards positive change is if you are loved, if you are treated compassionately, and if you know that the other person is safe, right? And so being told that you have to do something, being forced into something, being felt like there's something wrong with you, that is not a way that you're going to feel safe. That is not a way that you're going to open up to be able to grow, that you're going to want to show up as your best self. You might show up because you're scared. You might cower in, but that's never going to last. And so this is what I see a lot of people doing with resolutions. It's like, we feel like, oh, we want our body to be different. Oh, we want this to be different. And so we again, try to whip ourselves into shape, but it never lasts because that's not how we are going to show up for ourselves. That's not how we are going to feel safe. That's not how we are going to want to grow. It might work for a little while because we feel like we have to, but it doesn't work long term. So how can you show up for yourself compassionately? And that doesn't mean that nothing ever changes, because I am definitely into growth. I hope to continue growing for my whole life, and I am all about personal growth. I invest a lot of money in myself, and I want to continue to grow. And I also take really good care of myself. And I used to do it in a way of thinking that I needed to look a certain way, or I needed to be a certain way. But now I do it in a way that I actually want to take care of this body that I have, right? I'm mid-40s, as a lot of you are. And we're realizing that if we don't take care of our bodies, then it's going to start falling apart. So how can we show up for ourselves in a way that we are saying, okay, what do you need right now? How can I nourish myself with the foods that are going to make me feel good? How can I get some exercise in? Because of course that's good for our mental, emotional, and physical health. And how can I feed my soul, right? So I'm doing a masterclass on next Wednesday, January 11th, and I was going to tell you about this at the end, but this will kind of lead into it. It is called, The Importance of Mental and Emotional Health for Physical Health and How to Have It All. And in that, I am going to share my specific formula that I use in my life and with my patients that I work with and with my clients that I work with to help really find that holistic health balance, because it's not just about how much we exercise. It's not just about what we eat. It's actually about how we talk to ourselves. It's about how we feel our souls, and all of it is important. And the good thing is that it all makes a difference. So once we start focusing in on one area, then it can create change in other areas, which is awesome because then we don't have to worry about focusing on it all at once. So I wanted to talk about the way that we talk to ourselves and, thinking about the way that we talk to ourselves and how we are with ourselves as the relationship that we have with ourselves, just like any other relationship that we have with other people. So, when you think about how you motivate yourself, how you talk to yourself, ask yourself, would I talk to my child like that? And if you happen to be a parent that does lead a little authoritatively, like, you need to do what I say because I say so, then maybe ask yourself, how would I talk to my lover? How would I talk to my best friend? How would I talk to somebody that I don't try to intimidate them with fear, that I don't try to make them do something because I say that they need to, but more because I really truly care about them? And how can you begin to cultivate that kind of a relationship with yourself? Because that is when you are really going to be able to begin to open and grow and flourish. And along those same lines is to think about yourself in the way that you think about nature, okay? So I love to help people kind of see this because we are so much like nature. Of course, we are part of this earth. We are connected to nature. And if you think of yourself as a flower, right? So and I'm not a gardener. I am not very good with plants, but I am good at taking care of myself, and I can see this parallel because, right, when we plant a seed, we know that we need to make sure that the earth is really, what's the word that I'm looking for, is like really able to nurture and to produce the best flower possible, right? So we're not going to plant a seed into a toxic wasteland and expect it to be a beautiful flower, right? We're going to take that earth, we're going to get the best soil possible. We're going to, do everything that we need to make sure that it is nurtured and fostered in a way that it's going to be the most beautiful flower ever, right? And so we plant that seed and we don't expect it to just sprout out the next day, right? We actually know that it's going to take time, that it's going to take nurturance, that it's going to take watering, that the soil that it's in is important. And we are the same way, okay? So you can think of your soil as your environment, right? How is the environment that you're in? Is it nurturing? Is it toxic? Can there be changes that you can make to that? And then also with how you nourish yourself, right? So what are you putting into your body? Not just in the form of food and drink, but also in the form of thoughts, like what are you seeing around you? What kind of energies are you around? All of that makes a difference in the way that you're going to be able to grow and blossom and bloom. It also takes time, right? We can't expect ourselves to bloom into the beautiful flower that we're meant to be overnight. It doesn't happen that way. We have to continue to nurture ourselves. We have to continue to nourish ourselves. And what else with a flower? So 2 other things about flowers and ourselves. Another thing is flowers are really resilient, right? Nature is really resilient, and we are also resilient. So instead of feeling like we can't do hard things or we are going to fall apart with difficult emotions, know that you are whole and resourceful, and that your body wants you to grow. It wants you to flourish. Yes, there is also a part of you that wants yourself to survive, and there are going to be kind of ego that's going to come up, or defenses that's going to come up that tells you that things are not safe. But your body, your essence, wants you to be the fullest version of yourself that you can possibly be. Okay, so believe in yourself, believe in your resilience. And the last thing that I will say about being a flower is, I love this so much. If you look at all of the flowers, they are so different. There are so many different kinds of flowers, right? And they all look totally different. And people are the same way, right? You are not the same as your neighbor. You are not the same as the person on the other end of the screen, whatever it might be. You are yourself. You are unique. And at the same time, you are beautiful in your own way. There are so many different variations of flowers. And I don't really hear very many people that are like, oh my God, I hate that flower. It's so ugly, right? Why can't it be a different color? Why can't it be larger? Why can't it be smaller? No, we appreciate flowers for how they are, and we see the unique beauty in all of them. So how can you look at yourself in that same way and appreciate and love the unique beauty of yourself as your own very special, unique flower? So that's what I have to say today. And I just love to hear how you're doing on this new year, the first end of the week of the first year. Are you feeling this compassion? Are you feeling your potential? Are you feeling the opportunity for growth? And also, I want to say, I am not an astrologer, but I do kind of follow the energies. Today is actually a new moon in Cancer, and everybody that I've been reading and looking at is really talking about the importance of kind of easing into this year really slowly and not pushing yourself. The energy is supposed to change on the new moon, so it's a full moon. Sorry if I said that wrong. It's a full moon tonight. And then there's a new moon towards the end of the month, which is kind of when there's going to be a little bit more space for us to move forward in a more direct way, kind of going after our goals compassionately. So I will say, if you're feeling like it doesn't feel like the beginning of the year, because I feel like there's this expectation of the beginning of the year where it's like, okay, January 1st, like it's time to go. We got to get ourselves together and meet our goals and get all those resolutions done. But it's okay to take time to rest. That is so important. That's why I have my sloth here, to remind us of the importance of rest. And this is a happy sloth. This is not like a lazy do nothing sloth. This is a happy sloth that is really enjoying life and knows how to savor it. So happy new year from my happy sloth and myself. I hope that this year brings you everything that you're looking for, and lots and lots and lots of compassion to yourself. Stay tuned for more information about the master class that I'm leading on the 11th. I'd love to see you there. It's $22 for the next 2 days, and then after that it's going to be $44, so very affordable, and there's going to be a lot of really great information in addition to my specific framework for really combining this mind, body, and spirit. Also, you can think of it as mental, emotional, and spiritual health. All right, lots of love. Take care. Bye, everybody.